What is going on, YouTube? I would like to welcome you guys to Red's World. So today, we're going to be getting into something a little serious. And I know that it can be difficult sometimes to
that's a very
understand where I'm just kidding. Today we're getting into a game called Not for Broadcast, as you guys can see here. Whoop. Set you right back up in that corner, yeah. Anyway, this game is basically like I'm supposed to be watching the TV and bleeping stuff. It sounds boring, but it looks interesting. We're gonna go ahead and hop into it, cut all the formalities, cut all the bullshit. Also, I'm just waking up, but I was so eager to get with you guys that I haven't even got the sleep out of my eyes yet. So let's go ahead and hop into it and see what kind of sleepy comedy I can create. Alright. Wipe my eyes off, get that crust out your eyes.
Tonight's National Nightly News.
No signal. There's so many things to see in the universe of you, baby. Static. Hello?
Hi, David, I have a call for you.
Scott, like a Five Nights at Freddy?
Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
Okay.
Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down.
How the hell do I do that?
The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle.
Okay.
That's the one you control. Now the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you...
Alright, this looks like it's going to be a lot more than I anticipated.
The trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
Okay.
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain... Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Okay.
You can see a load of videotapes on the left.
Yeah.
They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary.
Let's do this one, and then let's do My Salad Weekly.
And its importance during the Great...
You should be getting a signal from the studio soon.
Okay.
9 p.m. Sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Oh,
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me go out in postures.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And
This is going to be a lot.
Chatting with movie star Lauren
Showed up on time.
about his new movie
Bright and early.
And of course, we'll be going live.
I don't want to
to
miss
Advance
anything.
Headquarters. We'll be going live to Advance Headquarters.
Right, button
That's
2
all coming up on
in
tonight.
3,
National
2,
Nightly News.
1, now. Lovely, mate.
I fucked that up the first
Next
time.
thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Okay. National Nightly News. Jeremy
Here
Donaldson.
it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
First, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get
The
a bit of
landslide
interference
victory,
around this
with an
time,
astonishing
mate. Keep your eye on the
81% of
machine
the
at the
popular
bottom
vote,
right
is the
and use
biggest
the
Okay.
right
win
stick on your
in living
controller
memory.
to move the
Advance
wave
appealed
up
to
and
voters
down,
up and down the
keeping the
country
green
with their
bit
bold
in the
promises of
white
permanent
bit.
change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play
Okay.
the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3,
That's all coming
2.
1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running
This
late.
is crazy.
I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little
So then I gotta throw the main screen back up again.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
No.
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier.
Okay.
This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence. 'cause
Oh,
you're gonna be
shit.
cutting between multiple
Oh
cameras to
shit,
keep
I didn't
things
even think
interesting.
about that.
A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
words. Please.
Stay on
Try and
who's
keep the
talking.
shot on whoever is doing the talking.
Okay.
2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds
Okay.
is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine.
Okay.
It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you?
Yeah.
Make it look like those.
Okay.
Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Okay, so I gotta go
so
X
much.
first.
10 seconds, everybody.
This is a lot of pressure. I'm like almost getting anxiety, even though it's a game. Ah, shit, I gotta sneeze. Good thing I could pause, because in real life I couldn't. Okay.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get
our
ready to
very
go to
own
Megan
reporter,
on screen
Megan
4.
Wolf,
Okay.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan
Okay.
Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to the
go to
shop
Blunderclatch
film
on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to
the
2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's
Your
talking.
latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role.
I feel like I'm
Played
turning into
Sergeant Brock Rockman.
cameras a
in
lot.
Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan.
Indeed.
Not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, doesn't it? Giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change.
She
it
was
looks
shook.
like in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week
Right,
around the
they've swapped
country.
the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
I fucked up because
Blunderclash is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming.
I fucked up because they literally like what's the word? He started talking over the video. I couldn't hear what was going on.
It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Hold down the right trigger on your controller, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by gently pushing the right stick to the right.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Williams, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude.
Dr.
Same as
Hemlock.
before. Hold down the right trigger, but this time move the right stick.
Dr. Hemlock.
Upwards, mate, upwards.
But I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's not.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
I'm pretty sure I understand the premise, my guy.
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We could stop it all.
Bloody perfect, mate.
There we go.
We have to
All right. So how do I censor, my guy? You gonna teach me
At the
that?
end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear
Yeah, there we go, there we go.
words. You'll probably notice the broadcast screen here is about 2 seconds behind the master screen.
Sure.
Here, when someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the left trigger on your controller for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things.
Yeah.
Just stay calm, and you'll
Okay. I'm gonna stay calm.
just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the
Oh, okay. That makes it a little easier.
Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear.
Okay.
Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon
Okay.
we'll have you bleeding
Hey,
like a
we
pro.
should be good. You're doing a good job explaining. A little over-explaining, but you're doing a good job explaining it.
2, and hold it down.
Crazy? We got crazy. Crazy Neil's got crazy deals.
Remember to select screen 1 there that you've got to feed.
Got you.
God help whoever has to bleep this.
And a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleed.
Well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right
Oh, this
through
is
their
tough.
shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations.
That's okay. That's okay.
Coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of
This is tough, man. I got a lot of shit to focus on, including streaming.
Oh, this sort of probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to
Just
hide.
bleep the
And
rude
earlier
word.
today, we revoked your
bruh.
passports. You want them back? You
I was close, man.
Threatened before
I got a lot of shit to focus on here.
But first, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions, but you'll see when we
There's so much to
reclaim
think
what's
about.
ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs.
Got you,
The
baby.
children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your
They're going back and forth a lot.
and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Nailed it.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the footy language. Hopefully we got that bit
Okay, I
down.
think I did good, man.
If not, someone's going to be in trouble.
I might have censored out a little bit more than I should have, but that was fine.
That's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful... Have a peaceful...
Looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably
What am I
won't be
supposed to-
coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Boring politics then.
What am I supposed to do? I just keep going? What the fuck? How long am I gonna be here?
Sign
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Broadcast complete. Okay.
When the program's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3
Okay, I
pages.
did. That's okay for being thrown under the bus.
Broadcast went, each sequence and an overall grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
Okay, let's do more info.
Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand.
All offensive words were censored. All interference free show.
They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course,
Adequately
you can
edited.
really drill into the details if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here, never once. Right, this is the
Okay.
important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much
Current
wealth
wealth
you
broke
have
ass
overall.
poor.
That
Okay.
box at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
So I'm a cleaner. Why am I doing your job?
This is the last page, and it tells you the state of
Don't
the
ever
world.
do
Tells
this.
you how well
I
the
don't care if it's your friend or not. Don't do this.
This one's
Get paid for the work you do.
tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Okay.
Alright, mate. Welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes, and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Pop in there now.
Okay.
Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Choose any one of them and select load tape. Once
Okay.
it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
So I can basically just watch. I don't really.
Well, in a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's.
There's global.
Okay, so yeah. Okay.
Now let's take a
I
look
gotta
at the rushes.
sneeze. Rushes.
Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, I didn't mean to leave.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Daunt.
Okay, let's do the campaign. Day 3. I didn't do day 2 unless day 2 was just checking. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh. An unexpected form. Okay, you arrive home to find a post on the mat, most being nothing more than usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you and you open it. It's a form for the new advanced government asking information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Your name, your spouse, your children. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly and introduce yourself to new coworkers. Be productive and get work done immediately. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with your new workplace. Yeah. God, this music's kind of loud. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would if it's important and I'm working government, I'm gonna let them know. I'm sorry, I gotta snitch on that. An entire department was fired today for constant underperformance. Yeah, I said it right. Your boss, I'm not ready to read, damn it, it's too early. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than your previous ones. You would, stay late to ensure I hit the deadline. It's an annual company barbecue and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day with friends or washing your hair that day. Go if you're free but wouldn't mind missing it. Have practicing. Looking forward to enjoying it. You've had a long, successful career and now you're about to retire. In your speech, you list your achievements give an honest review, focus on issues and challenges you face while working there. Let's do achievements. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listen to music or making models, attend political rallies, encourage and support your children, play, let's relax. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, yeah, if you know what I mean. No, I'm just kidding. Getting away from the strain of the daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar, a structured day out in a theme park, bursting with thrills, a romantic getaway. Yeah, we do a romantic getaway. I'm a romance type. It is more important that the government keeps people happy. Thank you for your cooperation. Yep, no problem. Now that everyone can shit on my political opinions and my personality, a family matter. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're drying up the favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality. There, in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let him in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. "I'm sorry for bursting in so late, Alex," Chris stammers. "But I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask." No problem. What's going on? You must have seen all this crazy advanced stuff. The assets of the wealth, they're calling it. Taking people's hard-earned money to fund the lazy. It's bullshit. Yeah, you've never seen Chris this agitated. "I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money," Chris adds hastily, "but they can't afford it. People like me, we're gonna lose everything." I'm sorry, but taking from the rich to help the poor doesn't sound so bad. It's awful. I'm not going with option 2. I'm just keeping it a buck. Chris's eyes flash dangerously. "You can't possibly be that naive. They're taking whatever they want and distributing as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. Look, that's not why I'm here. I need to borrow your passport." "My passport? Nah, bro. They've taken mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar, so..." Chris is pacing now. "I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice." Surely there's another way. It can't be that serious." Chris's mouth falls open. "You're joking, right? I've always done right by you, Sam. I've treated you or children like they were my own, were my family. Does that mean nothing to you?" "It's against the law, bro. I'm not giving you my passport." "Fine, I'll solve this myself," Chris spits. So much for family loyalty, eh?" Grabbing the nye on the fluorescent suitcase, Chris disappears into the night. You go back to the dishes, picking up Sam's cup again. Peeling the face now seems to bore you. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. The knot in your stomach tightens. What the fuck am I thought this was just going to be about the broadcast. What the hell's going on? Maybe I'll be on the broadcast together. Day 8. The Fallout. The Fallout? Oh, my bad. Yo. What's up? You on vacation?
Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests.
Okay.
First of all, let's get the power on.
Alright, let's do
You
that.
need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on.
Bottom 4 plugs.
Right, let's load up the adverts.
What are the other ones? Load up the ad. Oh, yeah.
Have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Advanced Go-Getter. Should we play? Is this toy safe? Fuck it, let's do it. And let's do that one.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they'll help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen.
I gathered that the last time, bro. But A and B is different, I guess.
Count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in
What
that
little
time,
clock?
you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want.
Is there a
until
nut?
the clock
Oh, I
reaches
see it, I
zero.
see it.
But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So,
Oh,
like
shit.
words, choose carefully.
No, for
And
my
we're
sister's
off.
kid.
Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody!
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the country's wealth creators in a state of panic and unfavourable rumblings already heard from overseas, I'll be asking my guess whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington's appointment is a risk for the giant mega corporation.
I don't like this power because I don't know what the I don't know these people. I don't know their story. Why do I gotta sabotage their shit?
And has been romantically linked to several movie stars and sports personalities. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborgen-Horgensford have today set off
Jesus, that's a name.
taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flood technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains.
Why would they send in a bad picture?
Only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this
Or did we
unlikely
just
cavern.
find that?
In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together, like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme.
I didn't
Johnny
think
is
that showing
filmed
puke
with
would be
socialite and
smart.
Performance artist Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show Snatched Inside My Snatch has kept her
Snatched
firmly in the
inside my
public eye.
snatch.
Could romance be on the cards for these
Okay.
two budding A-listers? And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back, everybody. Can we get the guests in quickly, please?
Damn it! I fucked up. What?
I try not to, if I'm honest.
Oh, I'm fired. Bruh. Okay, we got a checkpoint. I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to do the whole thing. Damn, that caught me slipping. I really would have been fired, for real, for real. Oh.
You'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So, like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
and we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time off,
Damn.
yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Alright, we're gonna beat this one.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge.
I'm just gonna use the good photos for everybody. I got no reason to side with them.
With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23...
Alright, so we know we don't have any cursing to censor. I just gotta keep an eye on censors and shit.
Is a risk for the giant mega corporation. Sophia, as our regular viewers will be aware, has always been a wild child and has been romantically linked to several movies.
I fucked up bad last time.
In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborgen-Horgensford The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flood technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern.
I don't know, I'm making that face.
Species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face,
let me pay attention.
Stated, we will face
this is what happened last time.
Together.
They bored me for like 2 minutes and then they
playing the field.
Fucked me up.
Abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very program. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two
let's pay attention.
youngsters? And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police,
okay, get ready.
Less and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back.
Okay. I might have fucked that transition up a little bit. Alright, let's go.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system
so hard
of
to lock in.
unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully.
I was gonna say, he really did pull his book out. Like, check this out. Like, damn, bro, relax.
The most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! But what this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people.
Bollocks is a curse word?
Rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the talent behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised...
There's so much...
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming...
You don't realize how much shit you're doing in this game. Like, you feel like you're just hitting a couple buttons, but it's like, you have to do it in a certain methodical way. So it's like, if you haven't played this game, check this out. This is a very interesting, like, I don't know, like, it's a challenge, genuinely. My brain, I know this is probably easy, because you can go on harder difficulties, and this is only, like, the second actual broadcast, so it probably gets hard as shit, but, like, check this game out. This is very interesting. I'm like, nervous to unpause the game now, because I feel like it's going to be hard to get back into that rhythm, so I just got to lock in, alright, just bear with me.
Of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates. See?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them?
Almost fucked
Shut
up.
the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately I can't understand it for you.
Every young person enjoys the abundance
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
that only a true community can provide, while keeping us informed.
Right, mate, Christ, I'm absolutely fucking flying, I tell you. How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care.
It's good, but I need you to stop talking, bro. I got an A, hell yeah. Cool. I don't need you to talk to me.
Just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
They're gonna throw a curveball at me.
10 seconds, everybody.
This is way more intense than I thought it was gonna be.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
2.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face with the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and...
Something else is going to happen.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level, Jeremy.
I'm leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days
I
of
am
the safety
weak right. Hold the fuck on. That is a lot to take in right now, bro. This man's wife. Sheesh. I feel like I should just leave it on that. That's going to raise the ratings. You know it is. People are toxic, bro. Holy shit. How the fuck can I focus when I... Alright, we gotta lock in.
of your community tonight, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or cosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that...
What the
Hang on a
fuck?
moment, Jeremy.
Yo! No fucking way this dude just had a person drop out of his closet. Bruh, like, of all the times you could have did this shit. What the fuck? They're just making it hard for me. Like, alright. Oh, I missed the sensor. Shit. How am I supposed to...
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much.
Jesus! And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Can't you go back in your gimme space?
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Bruh, let's cut to ad. What the fuck?
Darling, where's the paddle?
Hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Not.
Yo. What the fuck?
Naughty boy.
Okay, I gotta lock
Not
in.
having this again.
Get back in your gimme space.
Let's
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians.
What
do we?
the fuck,
Look, when
dude?
our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a SWAT. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony! I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. Sopen! Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, Big Chris, and Vampire Chris.
And
This one's, yeah?
Yep. One sec, love. Titwank on the news. One sec, love. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jess. Just got to sit up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
what the fuck? Why is...
Mr. Fancy, only got Mr. Fancy. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Can we...
Seem to be losing the signal there, Tony.
Jesus.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally...
Yo! Oh!
Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around laws.
No, they probably didn't get shit.
We'll be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back. Don't go away after these messages.
We'll be back. 1 minute back, everybody.
Nailed it, baby. Consequences.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Well, where is it? In this dressing room?
What? Mix the music.
Sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black, I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College, who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Dude, this is so fucking... I don't even feel like I'm talking at this point. I'm just trying not to fuck up, and I'm still fucking up. You guys see how focused I am, and I'm still fucking up. This game is not easy. I feel like I really just got thrown into a job. The only difference is there's actually no risk for me, because I'd have been fired probably like 20 minutes ago or whatever it was.
Who came up with the whole idea?
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
What
I
the
suppose with a
fuck?
surname like
It's a
Algebra,
weird
there was
name.
really only one choice
It's a
of
weird
career
way to
for
word
me.
it.
My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved
I
it
gotta
from
try
the
to
bin
make sure I
and brought
don't
it to
put the
me.
wrong ones on camera.
How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we ballywell are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears.
Tears.
Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
Told me to mix.
Corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
What the fuck?
It's Gary the Fist.
Gary the Fist. Going somewhere, little first year? Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going!
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with
This
two
is horrible.
gay dads who's all alone.
Views are gonna go down
That's where
significantly.
you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah. But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Damn.
take a look at me. Take a little look at my face.
Said I can mix the music or some shit.
I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me. Or you could be me. Life can be peachy keen. If you work as a team.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother loving rebel, but I still love maths.
It's a banger, baby.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner, he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
What the fuck did he just say?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner
I better not get copyright claim for this whack ass song.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant.
That was fucking terrible.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a...
I don't know if you heard what this man said. I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm very tempted to end the video here, but I feel like we're at the end of the broadcast. We're gonna finish this one out. I think this is gonna be the last broadcast for now. If you guys want to see more, make sure you let me know.
Similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Hey, we completed it. Sheesh. I did AAC. I got a B again. Not mad at that. Coulda did better, I guess. You've received your full wages. Still broke. Okay, that's great. The world loves me. Alright, well, the music is extremely loud here, but I'm gonna turn it down and then we're gonna do an outro with it. Yeah. My name is Red's World. I'm not here to stay. I'm about to end this video. End it today. I don't know what they want, but I know that I can't keep going anyway because I'm out of energy. And that guy said something about his pee-pee. That made me want to end this stream. Made me end this recording. Made me end this video. I don't know what else to do except to go as hard as I can on the mic. And I'ma go as hard as I can and fight until... I don't know. Alright, but anyway... Thank you guys for coming to Red's World. This game is wild, very challenging. If you guys want to see more like that, let me know down in the comments. If you guys would like to see more of this game, make sure you run up the likes, make sure you subscribe so you can see the next one, and make sure you let me know down in the comments so that way I can continue to give you the content that you want and feed your needs and stuff you full of this good, wholesome content. But anyway, thank you guys for going to Red's World. Stay tuned for more to come soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.